Hi, this is Leon at the computer room, Nottingham. What I've got here are some of the parts of a iPad mini. The rest of it is here. It's been sent to us in a bit of a mess after another repairer has tried to replace the screen and do the soldering. Now the only soldering, to be fair, that's been done is this here for the home button circuit. It's not looking the best. What I'm going to have to do with this at least is to desolder it to make sure that it's all okay. No soldering has been done for this part here. Now that brings us on to the IC because some damage has been done. This IC connects up to the the flex cable here, and then goes off and connects to the main board. The issue with this at the moment is this is the IC. There is supposed to be a flex cable on here which then connects onto the main board, and this part connects on to the screen itself in a similar fashion. So that it comes down on top of this. You've got another part of the flex cable, you've got another flex cable completely, should I say, that connects here, then like I say, connects onto the main board. Now what's happened is the original flex cable has been sort of torn or ripped at about this point, and the remains of that flex are still on, still soldered on. Now this here are the remains of this flex cable here. This is damaged as well. Now it should be in a similar location to that. This should be underneath here, and then the connector here should be about here. Yeah, there's been quite a few problems caused. What I'm going to have to do is desolder this to get rid of that, which is the remains of that part of the flex. Desolder this, which is the remains of the old part of the flex from this kind of arrangement. Then solder those on. But first, I really need to check out the solder joints here to make sure that they're all good. Or to see whether there's any damage, and then we'll move on. Alright, what we've got here, we've desoldered the home button circuit from the part of the loom, the flex cable that comes to here on the touchscreen. There is damage, that is, one of the solder pads is missing, this one here. It should be a continuous line of 8 solder pads, but there's only 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one there just isn't there. The solder pads on the home button circuit are fine, no problems there. So what I'm going to try to do is to solder all these in place exactly where they should be, and then on the back of this I've noticed a very small area, just about here, of solder. What I'm going to try to do with that is to get it to flow to this part of this pad, which it should be soldered to. What that will do, that will enable me, if successful, to use this screen so that it gets around the problem of that damage, because otherwise the whole screen would need replacing due to the soldering on this not being done properly. So like I said, I'm going to try and get that soldered up, and then we'll move on. Alright then, here we are. This is for the home button circuit. We've got it stuck in place now after soldering all those solder joints back down. I'm hoping they're going to be okay. What I am doing now is just removing the remainders of the flex from the IC. All this has been cleared, that's this here. Just going to clear the rest of this part, do exactly the same with this to get all that off, and then we'll use use this, should I say, to solder onto the new cable. Okay, that's the desoldering for the IC done. That is that big part there from here, this small part from this side. What I'm going to do next is discard of those. I'm going to solder this side onto the flex cable for the touchscreen. Once that's done, I'll be able to keep this item still while I solder that on, and then we're really going to be looking at just reassembling the iPad. We have the soldering underway. What I've done, I've lined it up exactly with these holes here, one at each end, and it's going absolutely fine. I've just soldered in only the ends at the moment, 2 joints there, 2 joints there. That has made things strong enough for me to sort of move it around. Yeah, what I'm going to do now is just solder up everything else of those joints, and then we'll move on with this flex cable. Alright then, we're moving on now. We have got this soldering done. There's 67 separate solder pads there that we've gone through. Now this is the flex cable that needs soldering on next. As you can see, it's moving. We haven't got it soldered down yet. It is exactly pretty much lined up in place to make sure that it's going to be okay first. Once we've got that soldered in place, we're going to fold this under, and then it'll be ready to connect into the iPad. Moving along now, we have the new flex cable sort of fixed in place by each end at the moment. You've got these gold solder pads that we haven't soldered on to yet, but once we've done that, everything's going to be ready to go. Alright then, this is it, all complete. We've got 87 good strong solder joints there between this small amount and all those there. Yeah, what we're going to do now is assemble the iPad into one piece, and hopefully we'll see it working soon. Hi, this is Leon at the computer room, Nottingham. What I've got here is an iPad mini that is in a bit of a bad shape at the moment. What's happened is I personally have bought this off eBay to be able to try to fix it. I do like a bit of a challenge now and again, and I really fancy this one. Now what's happened is it's had a new screen. This is a new screen, touch screen should I say, and with that the touch screen doesn't work. And one of the reasons why is I'm just taking the screen up now, so I haven't received it. There is an area down here. That there is a flex cable that's actually part of the screen that should be soldered to this here, which is the home button flex, but it isn't. We've also got this flex cable here that comes from the touchscreen itself. That is sort of very badly sort of bent there, so I don't expect this screen to work again because of that damage. But what I'm doing first is just getting it apart so I can assess the damage, and we'll see what we need to do. Alright, we're inside the iPad now. We've got the touchscreen lifted up and the LCD screen. Quite a few screws missing from the edges of this silver plate, but we're going to get those out. Once the silver plate's out, we'll be able to disconnect the screens and we'll see more. Alright then, what we have here is the inside of the iPad mini. We've got the touch screen off, the LCD screen off, and this is what we are left with. Now what should be connected to here is the LCD screen. It was, and now it isn't obviously. We should have the IC connected to here, and the IC comes up here, then about here it connects into the flex cable and then goes up to the touchscreen. The touchscreen was there, but the IC wasn't. And the home button circuit is this component here. Now, if I can just get these in focus, clear enough. This home button circuit here, there should be the solder pads that solder onto the flex cable for the touchscreen, and then everything goes off to the IC, and that's how it works. Every single one of those is being ripped off, and the IC, like I say, is missing. So we've got quite a big problem here. We've got parts to replace that are damaged or non-existent. So hopefully it's just going to need that doing. I'm going to get that done now, and then we'll move on. Alright then, here we are testing. Working absolutely fine. Just testing all areas of the screen, all looking good. No problems at all. So yeah, what we're going to do next is just stick the screen down, and then that is this repair complete. Alright then, here we are. We have the screen back down, stuck down on all edges, should I say, working absolutely fine. Home button working, power button working. So yeah, that is all done. What we did was put adhesive all the way around the edge of the frame, stuck the screen down, and here we are. So that is that. Now you might have noticed that it's a white screen on a black iPad mini should I say. This is what we were asked to do, and we've done that. And there we go. Now if you've got problems with your own iPad mini, screen problems or problems from a repair of any kind, anything like that, and you're needing help with the repairs, or you've just got some questions for us, then please do contact us. As you can see, we can always help.